points, 7.2.1, MOUs and partnerships, student exchange programs and faculty exchange programs, collaborative research programs, projects. So these are all very, very important. So we conducted, we got the 3 members, myself and Daisy madam and Dr. Lalita madam. We browsed some of the universities and we found some of the interesting points also which we are going to present. The first point, 7.1.1, consultancy from industry, which carries 25 marks. So I did the research from the 3 institutions, Madam did Jaipuriya, Madam did Lal Bahadur Shastri University. So all 5 universities we have done. The first one, so consultancy work related to the VELS University generated the income through market research and market survey from the industries. So on behalf of the companies, this institution is collaborated with the industry. Industry is having certain problem. Let us take MNC elections. Example, I'm just telling. MNC elections. Let us take South area. TRS want to find out what is the scope for the winning of the elections for the TRS party during this particular bad type season also. Really, this is the bad season because of the Hyderabad floods. There is a lot of negative impact on the ruling government. Because of that, they want to know. Let us take example. They want to know. They appointed a college. Similarly, industries also wanted to appoint institutions to collect the feedback on various parameters. So that is what they have done. VELS University. Second one, LIBA also. LIBA also approached the companies small assignments. So let us take one company want to launch the new product. Recently, example, Docker has launched the product. Students, they gave the assignment. Students and faculty members. So they designed the questionnaire according to the market potential and consumer potential, market area, let us take. So they developed the questionnaire, they conducted the survey. For that, actually what happened, industry paid the college. So that kind of the sponsorship also has been done, right? So next one, ICFI. ICFI also consultancy assignments has been taken from the companies to assignment similar consultancies. When they want to introduce the new product or new process or the new market initiative, so they collaborated with the institutions, with the faculty members and the students, with the help of the students. So they come up with the new initiative, they found the gap, otherwise the kind of the market situations, need analysis, problem identification, kind of the studies they have done. So most of the companies are there, and I want to tell you, one of my professor who works in one of the school in Barkatpura, Telangana Yoti Mandali, Dr. Keshamani Srinivas. Recently, because he tied up with one of the institutions, Angels Beauty Clinic. So they want to find out that is the girls' college. So they want to do the research. What is the preferences of the people? For that actually what happened, they collaborated with the Angels Beauty Clinic. They found that kind of the projects. So they can initiate in the consultancy work from the industry. So other 2 things I request Madam to do.
Good afternoon, Father. Good afternoon, everyone. Yes, coming to Jaipuriya Institution. Yes, it has been doing excellent business when it comes to industry collaboration. And in 2015-16, it could do business of 5 lakhs, and by 2017-18, it could raise up to 71 lakhs. That is the business that they are doing through consultancy. This is about Jaipuriya Institution, and the next one, Lalita Madam.
Criteria, we are trying to see how we can make our students expert in understanding what exactly the organizations require, what sort of knowledge they require, right? Students should understand this. Basing on that only we get the points here. If you see the consultancy, this is regarding the Lal Bahadur Shastri College. Here you can see the first part where we are talking about amounts, right? This is the fund given by the industry, and where the that particular, for example, if I am the St. Joseph College, right? If I am working with one organization, suppose basically this particular college is working on some rural entrepreneurship, right? If we are doing that particular rural entrepreneurship program, under that particular organization is funding us. Basing on how much fund we get, they are giving the points. The more funding we get, the more points we get under this criteria. So basically, this is focusing on rural entrepreneurship, these kind of programs, how we are tying up with the industries.
Here I want to tell you one more case study. There is a Nagpur based ICFI college, ICFI University. Earlier actually what happened is the brand endorser for the Lux soap was all the female brand endorsers. But actually what happened after some time, if you see in the market, there is 48% of the female dominant product called Lux. But actually they are losing 52% of the male market. All the Lux soap was concentrated on the entire female audience. But at ICFI based students, they have conducted the research, they sent this proposal to the Lux company. Through that consultancy work, they generated some money. So that's an example of this. And similarly here, St. Joseph College also, we can concentrate on this consultancy work. If we may not reach the big consultancies, big industries, but what we can do initially, if we want to start, there are some organizations called IMRB, International Marketing Research Bureau. We can tie up with that institution. Nielsen ORG mark. Movie organizations also, because movie organizations nowadays, ratings are very, very important. Let us take, before releasing the movie, the content marketing, we call it as text analytics also. We see kind of the ratings out of 5-star ratings. So this is also impacting more. Kind of these small researchers also, we can approach Annapuria studios, all the film chamber, we can go there. We can initiate certain things, It's not only industry means not only manufacturing industry. Industry can be anything. It can be in the service industry. Initial stages, immediately where we can generate means. So what I found, International Marketing Research Bureau, which is there in Himayat Nagar, street number 14 street, International Marketing Research Bureau. Earlier it was there opposite to Charmas, but now it is moved to Himayat Nagar. So that is one. Nielsen also moved to Dr. A.S. Rao Nagar. So this is immediately what we can do, and we can start some consultancy work to establish our consultancy department in our St. Joseph College. Anything else you want to ask or add any points? At the end you want? Anything? Here itself we can finish.
Here one question.
Yeah.
See, here they are talking more about faculty as a consultant, right?
Yeah.
Now, there may be the other colleges, which are the type of industries they have approached.
Okay.
See, like, Jaipuria might have approached because they have generated nearly 75 lakhs they have generated.
Yes.
What type of industry they have found, so that at least we'll get a lead. Our college also, we can take, if these are the types of things that they are doing, why don't we also approach them?
Yes.
I
read most of the industries are concentrating on the logistics and supply chain area. So that is what, because the information is not available in the ASRs, because these are all annexures. The annexures, they are not uploaded. Because of that, we are unable to identify the companies, but they gave most of the revenue generated from the logistics and supply chain and operations department. So there exactly, they want to minimize the cost. Because of that, they are concentrating.
Government funding agencies are also there, ma'am. They are giving Narbada Shastri Krisi. Most of them are related to the rural areas and they are government funding agencies.
For so much criteria, so many
Yes,
marks
ma'am.
it is given,
Yes,
right?
basing on the amount.
And,
Yes.
so what is that criteria if
This is the second criteria. I mentioned BELS company also, logistics and automotive companies. Since they have more into the engineering actually. They are into the management and engineering, but more branches related to engineering, they are concentrating on the operations and logistics area. But management area, it is very difficult because there is lot of strategic companies or consultancies that are situated in Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu, if you see Tamil Nadu, there's a lot of industries are there. There's a lot of strategic consultancies also there. They are who are acting like a change agent in the organizations. Reverse engineering and business re-engineering, strategic re-engineering, all can be done by the lot of consultancies. When it comes to Hyderabad, we have only few consultancies are there, private consultancies. So that's what we have so many software companies and KPOs and BPOs are there. Even small scale industries also there in the IDAs, industrial development areas. in Uppal IDA, Balnagar IDA, where we can approach along with our student panels or the faculty head, we can approach and we can generate the income to reach this level. Because in the initial days, we may have concentrated on the lakhs, but very less amount to establish our brand. Now after that, once we gain kind of the confidence in the market, then we can reach to the higher organizations also. That also we can do. The second point, 7.1.2, faculty as a consultant of the universities. As I told you.
దీనికి మనం ఏమైనా యాక్షన్ ప్లాన్ చేయవచ్చు సార్, హూమ్ టు అప్రోచ్, హౌ టు అప్రోచ్.
Yes, yes, sir.
Instead of taking it theory to further.
Yeah.
What is it that ఒక డౌట్ వచ్చింది?
Yes, sir.
You said IMRP needs some movie banner.
Yes.
ఇలాంటివి చాలా ఉంటుంటాయి.
All.
Now how to approach them? Who has to approach? ఇదంతా యాక్షన్ ప్లాన్ కావాలి.
Yes, sir. Okay.
For one thing to know all what others are doing.
Yes.
It is another thing how we are going to do it.
Correct.
The how part from our institute has to be planned after a presentation,
Yes, sir.
or during the presentation also we can, because all the examples that you are giving will give us a clue how to go ahead
Okay.
in future.
Yes.
So that plan we have to, because in this 90 out of 130 out of 130 we will do it,
Yes.
unless we start something right now. Yeah.
At IMRP, actually what happened, they are taking the help of the institution, we can approach with them. We can approach with them.
అలాంటి ఇంకా
Ah.
టోటల్ యాక్షన్ ప్లాన్ మన క్రైటీరియా 7.1.1లో హౌ వీ షుడ్ గో అబౌట్, 7.2లో హౌ షుడ్ వి గో అబౌట్, అట్లా కొంచెం.
Yes.
బికాస్ ద రెస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ద క్రైటీరియా వీఆర్ అట్లీస్ట్ ఓకే, ఇఫ్ నాట్ వెరీ గుడ్ ఆర్ వీఆర్ నాట్ ఈవెన్ బ్యాడ్.
Yes. Yes.
బట్ దిస్ వన్ వీఆర్ వెరీ బ్యాడ్.
Yes. Correct.
Point wise action plan, who has to do what or when to do, whom to approach, what people, what companies to be approached or what agencies to be approached. ఇదంతా కొంచెం ఇప్పుడు మీ దగ్గర ఉన్న ఐడియాలన్నీ పేపర్ మీద పెడితే it is then at least that will be a starting point for us to start something.
Yes, sir. Sure. So what father said rightly, because we come up with the action plan now to approach the NTPC. Then NTPC, there is a TTS, temporary township. There is a HR department is there. Completely, they give monthly once they give one assignment to one college. I know this earlier student events are used to go from the Usmania University to AP Productivity Council, and also BDL Kanchanbag also there, and Heritage also there. I have been to Heritage and BDL earlier. So through these agencies we can reach. AP Productivity Council is there in near NTR Bhavan checkpost. So there AP Productivity Council is there. I know Santosh is the director for that particular AP Productivity Council. We can do the action plan. Now we can, first of all, actually what happened, we need to go with collaborations with the institution. Then it will be very easy where actually we fit into. So that we need to identify our functional areas. We have to project in the what are the MOU, what we are going to the institutions. That we have. So that's what we can contact all the newly established companies to do market potential, customer potential survey. These are very, very easy because most of the companies are doing, they are choosing Hyderabad is the right place, which is the developing city. So that's what there is a lot of research scope is there in Hyderabad comparing to the existing cities and existing metropolitan cities also. Hyderabad is an upcoming city, there is a huge demand. So many companies, earlier if I give example, Heritage launched the Heritage Fresh. First they conducted the research in Hyderabad only. Minute Maid Quality, like lakhs of companies, earlier from 2007, 2006 and I was following it, companies conducted, Hyderabad is having very potential. Coming to second point, 7.1.2, faculty as a consultant. Yes, each and every faculty, it's a duty actually. It's a duty of the well-established colleges like VELS, LIBA, IPFI, Jaipuriya. They are giving the freedom to the colleges, giving the universities, giving the freedom to faculties. Faculties can approach the consultancies because there is a revenue model is given to the faculty members. So the revenue model which is attracting and creating the interesting among the faculty members to search, and again what happened, this is linked with the performance appraisal also, API score also. So that is also one of the important criteria. Because of that, most of the topmost colleges, all the faculty members are seriously involving rather than this teaching. Teaching generally what happens, going and presenting the case, all the concept will be presented by the student. But most of the things what happen, they are using the students and they are bringing this kind of consultancy works they are doing, well established companies. So they are doing it from the logistics and automotive companies. And Viva also 48% of the faculty members are involved in various consultancy activities like CDS faculties. Senior faculties are given the less workload and there is concentration on the consultancy. And similarly, Intern Kings is one of the private organizations. They tie up with this. ICFA is an organization they tie up with this.
Yes, coming to Jaipuria also, almost all the faculty are involved in consultancy related works, and some few titles we have listed out here. There are many more titles. Land administration, office management, customer relationship management, many more areas. The few are listed here. In almost all the areas, faculty are being used as the consultants, and faculty are also getting inclined to being consultants in Jaipuria. It's doing very well in the consultancy work. Next.
Yeah, changes.
This is similar with the Nagaraja Shastri also. They have kind of MOU system here. Like if you can see here, it is talking about both consultancy from the public sector and as well as private sector also. The institution is having the kind of MOU with these private sector and public sector. Then the faculties are sent as a consultant to those particular institutes. Basing on that only, the score will be given. The assessment will be done and the score will be given.
So you're very interesting. Yesterday evening I registered for 199 bucks. So one of the program called Accelerate Startup with Boot Camp. Boot Camp, actually what happens is Boot Camp concept is there in Australia. There's a lot of startups who collaborated. It's a big network. It's very interesting because this lady is working as a faculty in the ISB, Indian School of Business Management. How she is attracting all the startup organizations, those who want to start new startups. So like that, what happened, all the faculty members can explore it. They have to maximum, we have to use LinkedIn, Instagram and Facebook. So this is very interesting. After 1 week, what happened, they are going to start 750 rupees for that particular 5 days training program. So yesterday itself, for the 4 days, they gave the amount of 199 rupees. So I registered yesterday. I read, that profile of that lady from the consultancy, So that way, what happened, now when they are giving the training, so the participants are from the various functions. So that you can project, that's a kind of the consultancy work, which is not concentrated on the one area. Because all these startups not from the one particular area, they are from the different areas. That they can project as a consultancy work. So that also can do. So that's what we are doing right now. In as of now, Middle Earth, our Martins are presented, and the Dukes also, I also presented on logistics and supply chain management. We can focus on financial institutions like banks and retail malls, recruitment firms, industrial development areas where to get the faculty consultancy works. We can approach and what other agencies, other colleges are doing. Monthly 2 faculty consultancy works are compulsory. All the faculty members, they are, see, let us take out of 25 members, 2 faculty want to promote the consultancy work. They want to bring the consultancy work. All other 23 faculties are supported to these 2 faculty members in promoting that particular 2 consultancies. So very interestingly, if you go to what is this Kerala, there is an institution, IIM Trichy, what is that? Kozhikode. IIM Kozhikode, you see there is an MDP, FDP programs are there. MDP programs, it is promoted by all the faculty members. See, that month actually what happened, 2 faculties are compulsory, they are supposed to do this consultancy work. That is supported by all the people. But what we can do in Hyderabad is a lot of financial institutions are coming. So Gen Securities, kind of the India Bulls, not like a public limited companies and private limited companies, they won't give all these things. But what you can do, you can take the agency of some of the small consultancy firms like Gen Securities and the other companies, what I said, India Bulls and all. Whereas you can get some kind of a project, you can do some kind of a predictive analytics also. Investors, investment and all, you can, mutual fund companies are there where you can approach. It's very easy in Hyderabad, we can approach this kind of the companies also. Retail malls also there. Nowadays retail malls are facing the tough competition from the virtual malls. So because of that, we can do how to attract the customers, how to retain, how to loyal, marketing people can do, recruitment firms also, HR people. so many recruitment agencies, not only physical recruitment agencies, virtual recruitment agencies. How can you attract the pool customers? So nowadays the outbound recruitment is happening more. So how can you, these kind of the researches you can do, and what I can say, skilled people, how can you develop, how can you train, these are the areas more focusedly we can do, faculty members we can do, that is possible to us. So if you can do, that will be good. Next, coming to the 7.1.3 area, initiative related
One
to,
minute.
yes sir.
మీరు వారి ఒక సెషన్కి అటెండ్ అవుతున్నారు. Yesterday you came.
Yes sir.
Selling a research.
Sales and marketing analytics.
Like that, courses can't be designed and then become resource driven and send it to the market.
Yes, we can do it sir.
Because we have so many faculty members with qualifications. Almost 10 people are there, close to 10 people with experience and qualification. Why can't we initiate that kind of revenue generating program?
Yes, Father, that we are. That's what I'm telling you. 2008, I conducted the Heritage, Father. I don't know purchasing department. They gave the material AP productivity. I studied for 3 days. I prepared the PPTs and I conducted the training program 9 o'clock to 4 o'clock for Uppal IDA. Purchase negotiations. So purchasing department, they want to negotiate with the various vendors. So such kind of the models we can develop related to our functional domains. That we can send it. Yes.
So regarding consultancy, like your previous slide you were mentioning, Jaipuria they are getting around 71 lakhs rupees, something like that. Like when I was working with the Deloitte, we used to have a program every Saturday and Sunday. They used to have a tie-up with universities. Like Deloitte, that time, like 10 years back I'm talking about, they had a tie-up with ICFA University. And every Saturday, Sunday, they used to have professional MBA courses only for those people who did graduation and who wants to do MBA course. In the same way, because we are autonomous college, can we design something like that?
So that's what I'm going to come for the next point. There's many colleges like a topmost institution, what I said, IBA, IFI, they are offering evening professional programs. So the evening professional programs, it has become very easy for these universities to reach the industries. Let us take PGDM, 1 year evening course program. With that program, actually what happened, they have to connect with all the 60 members or 120 members. They are offering PG diploma program in retail marketing, PG diploma program in banking and financial sector, PG diploma program in recruitment and selection. So something like that, they are doing PG diploma courses. All the working professionals, actually what happened, PG course is compulsory, some of the organizations. Because of that, what happened, 16 years education is also very, very important for the MNCs. That's what in our Usmania University, Professor V. Shekhar sir also initiated MISCA, PGD MISCA. Yeah. It was a very good program actually those days. This kind of the programs where we can explore. Actually, some of the universities are doing. I'm going to present you. That is the valid point.
Yes, sir. Because when we are talking about this AP Productivity Council and all, I think we did.
Yes.
Also per session they used to pay only around 200 or
That is the classes, sir. Personal contract.
classes. Yes. But when it comes to the huge amounts of 70 lakhs or 1 or something like that,
Yes.
I think they are the professional courses.
That's what I'm telling
Yeah,
you.
Diploma and professional courses. Sir.
Diploma and
Usually
professional
the companies
courses.
have a tie-up with
Yes.
them. Yes, or professional
For
courses.
them it was very easy. Why? Because the PGDM 1 year courses, through that they are generating this kind of the leads.
Yes, that's right.
Yes, with valid certificates.
Certificates also. Right now, you can take very good example. This Triple IT Bangalore also, and Upgrade is launching PG diploma in data science.
Yes.
2,70,000 rupees 1 year program. Through that you can see there's almost they gave degree to the 2 lakhs plus students all over India. PG diploma in data science. Only you require the basics of statistics knowledge. There's a plenty of opportunities are there. To that they generated 2 lakhs contacts throughout India. It will be very easy to reach, and they are also giving the alumni status to the people who completed the PG diploma program in their institute. So that they are generating and they reach. So this kind of the what I can say link we have to find out. This pipeline we need to establish. So that is part of the smart work. Rather we are approaching the companies and
The
everything.
education, will it come in 7.1.1 or it will come in some other point 7.1.5? Now what Ganesha has said,
Yes,
the
yes.
generation that we do.
Here only it is coming, industry institution, because some kind of the executive programs which is launched by the colleges for the industry.
7.1.1 we have taken.
Include only coming.
Next month only, ma'am. MDP programs next month only.
So VLS company is planning MOUs, memorandum of understanding, special training program, project, special lectures and all we are doing actually, we have collaborated. But these things also we need to convert into MOUs. Let us take, we are all doing, the other day I did the NIIT with the help of the banking and finance. But these things actually what happened, what we know, as per according to our contacts and leads we are doing. But these all things we need to convert into the proper MOUs. So everything there should be in a physical proof actually. We are bringing a known person, they are delivering 1 hour lecture or 2 hours lectures. That's not important because they should have a kind of the collaboration with the consultants also. The kind of the experts also, we have the collaboration for the 1 year, 2 years, such kind of the documentation is very, very important. So all the documentation, but what you are doing, we are doing the flyer, we are promoting. After that, we are reporting and reporting. But actually what happened, what we need to do, along with that particular resource person of the industry, we need to go for the collaboration. Okay? It can be 1 year, it can be 2 years, it can be 5 years. So if we have the collaboration with that institution from the organization, so with the person also we can ask them to present the kind of the guest lectures repeatedly over the period of our tenure. That is what we can do.
One more thing we can do, already we have tied up with some institutions.
Yes.
Like this year we have tied up with Tech Mahindra and also Wiley.
No.
We have tied up with NSC.
Yes, sir.
Now these institutions already they are also in collaboration with other colleges or universities.
Yes.
So we can talk to them like we can be like the faculty of our college can be a resource person to other colleges where the Wiley is having already MOU with let us consider maybe Nizam College. Okay, we can talk to them. Like this also comes under consultancy. We can plan for the titles.
Right, sir, because last year also we have tied up with the task.
Yes.
So task they promoted in the Bhadraka College. So like that we can go, but what we can have the tie-up. Task also asked me like kind of the MOU kind of things we have to go. Faculty members. So we need to go as a resource person. So we need to everything should be at the documentation format. Physical proof is very, very important. We can go n number of the colleges and institutions, but everything should be. It's a term. We should specify some kind of certain time period. That is what very, very important.
Like MSc, you see, sir, like Krishna sir now is teaching for our finance students.
Yes.
BBA, FM,
Krishna Kochappa.
Yes. So something like that. Our college faculty also. If
Yes, sir.
NSC is having tie-up with some, let us consider Madhurika College. So if we can talk to them, we can be a resource person to teach that to that particular those students.
Correct.
Like that, we can talk to institutes. Already we have MOU. Also, as you said, we can also have new MOUs with the other MNCs or universities.
That's a good point, sir. Because as others are coming and teaching to our companies, whoever we have connections, in the same way we can also extend our invitation to go to other colleges. Suppose Wiley is there, it has contact with Christ University or some other colleges in Bangalore. For those subjects, we can, as a resource person, we can also offer. NSC is there. Like that, through the MOUs that we can have a meeting with them and then say that we are also available to go and teach elsewhere. That should be also one of the possibilities that we can
If we
explore.
can specify this point in our MOU also, that will be great.
That's what we have to first start from. We have to ask, and then if they are okay, then we can mention.
Alright, I think NSC they are okay with this point. Once I will find out from Vinayak sir also.
Yeah. Find out with whom, where is Martin sir? You can talk to Tech Mahindra. You can talk to NSC. Anita madam can talk to Wiley. So like that, whoever you are instrumental in getting some MOUs. And placements also recently 3-4 MOUs who have done with Vani madam and Martina madam. There also, if our faculty can be resource people on a contract basis entering into MOU, that would also help us. Yeah.
The amount that is being generated is called as consultancy.
Consultants. So we become members also, no, consultants for the industries. So somewhere that will help us to show that we are connected with industry and then generating revenue. And this generating revenue policy is 60%, 70 versus 38. But myself, sir, 70 will go to faculty, 30 will remain with the institution. So those who are working can work. 70% of the income generated will be shared to the faculty, and 30% will remain with the institution. That is accepted in academic council and then governing body of the college. So because sir said income income sharing ratio also is to be there. We have already approved it in governing body meeting. So you can be rest assured that whatever you generate, you will get maximum share, and then some amount will remain for the institution. Yeah.
So one of the USP of the LIBA, if you see, interestingly, Confederation of Indian Industries, FICCI and Madras Industrial Chamber, Commerce and Institutions, MMA, some kind of the agency they have the tie-up. With that companies also actually what happened, they are generating the summer internship, summer training programs, study tours. It will be very easy. As you know, because these companies, these kind of the agencies, associations are having the more connectivity with the organization. So it will be very easy for the students to get the internships and summer training programs and study tours and guest lectures. Also what happened, ICMA also doing leading recruiters for the summer internship. They have the tie-up with the leading, as we know, because we have the already Deloitte and FT is already doing, and Amazon also. So like that, leading recruiters also we can plan to generate kind of the summer internships and all these things. They are great. Yes,
Jaipur also is doing the same. They also are, apart from tie-up with the recruiters, they are sending their students for summer internship programs with the tied-up recruiters. So this way, they also are giving pre-SIP guidance to them, that is summer internship programs guidance, and during internships also they are being given the guidance, and post-SIP guidance, that means till they are placed, the organization is taking care of the students. So this way, they are having, they are enhancing the tie-ups with various recruiters.
Similarly with the Lal Bahadur Shastri also, if you can see, they are providing the summer internships to the students, and they already have MOU with many companies. That is helping them for the consultancy, and also it is also helping them for the internships. So if we have the MOUs with the companies, we can use them for the internships, training the students in the summer, and also have some projects, and also we can use them as the consultancy, where we as faculty can go as a resource person to the industries. So this criteria is focusing more, and they have 150 industries are linked up with this particular college. So we can have more number of MOUs with the company, so that two ways it will help us.
So we already have some association with Amazon, Cambridge Analytica, Bulgaria, so YV and PC Global. So we have industry interaction also with some of the resource people. So we have guest lecturers and students. But we need to focus on summer internships and summer trainings and study tours. So these things we need to plan in association. Yes,
Projects also will come.
projects also. Yeah, projects also.
Where our students have done in the industry.
Yes.
Some of them are doing abroad tours abroad. So that they can
International.
Our student internship, wherever they have done all these things, we can reflect here.
These are the areas we need to focus. And coming to next one, participation of industry professionals in the curriculum development, that we already using last year. We have conducted industry academic. Similarly, curriculum development projects, examiners also sometimes to assess. So suppose there is a business analytics program, which is very technical subject. In that case, the real-time experts need to examine the students. Such areas also, we are also using the industry people in order to examine. Summer projects also. So summer projects also, if we can tie up like an internship, so that will be great. Students won't be allowed every day to the institution, but on a weekly one student will be allowed to the organizations like Bulgaria example. So like that, we can focus and we can push the students to take the project reports from the organization. LIBA is also involving various recruiters for the assessment of all these things, curriculum development, projects, examiners and summer projects. ICFI also major recruiters are part of the curriculum development. So that's what ICFI curriculum is entirely different from the our state universities and the our autonomous colleges. ICFI is having complete syllabus will be suggested by the all the industries. So what are the industries required? So that's what their placement percentage is very high. Okay? Because it is an independent body which is under the AICTE directly. Because they have the freedom to change the curriculum, 100% curriculum. Because of that, what happened? They are approaching the company. Moreover, comparing to state universities and colleges like us, they have the more connectivity because they are under AICTE.
Coming to Jaipuria. Yes. Yes, Jaipuria is inviting the participation of industry experts in all the activities such as giving the projects and the live projects. They are taken as SIP examiners for summer internship program as examiners, and they also are developing a plan called individual development plan, where each individual student is taken care of. With too much of such involvement, definitely the organizations and the industries will have a great connect. That is what Jaipuria institution is doing.
Next, if you see Raghav Shastri, what it is doing is, it is taking in the college management board members, they are taking from the industry as the board members, so that they can have the relationship with them, with the kind of network those industry people will have. Again, the college can use them. Like the other day, father was asking about, we can have mentors from the industry, we can have some management members for the board members and other things. So what this Raghav Shastri College is doing is, they are one or two members from the industry, they are taking as a board member, so that these people in turn can help us in providing the resources from the industry. We can use the network of the industry. So if we have a mentor, we can use them, and we can have a tie-up of MOU of 1 year or 2 years with them, and continuously they can use it as a guest lecture, mentoring our students for our internships, for our live projects. So keeping them as a board member is one of the advantage we have.
Just keep this point. If I wanted to discuss this point in a later stage, what can we get if we have industry people in our board or mentorship team, whatever it is? What are the things that we can ask them? Just make a note of it. When time comes, I ask.
I suggested the bodies from the mentors and all, we can use. Kind of the bodies also we can involve, like the CII, Confederation of Industries, HMA, Hyderabad Management Association. So such kind of the organizations also there, because they have the very good greater connectivity to the many of the institutions.
This one, it is Vandana madam who has to take care. Yeah. We can write to all these people and see whether we can get live projects or internships or some members to be part of the college boards and other things.
Sure. CIA is very good opportunities, ma'am. We can have many resource people also. We organize good programs also. We can also be part of CIA.
We are a member of CIA.
Yes.
So different committees we have. From the different committees, if there are projects are there. So what all they are expecting, that is from the project. Guest lecture, that is a different level. Industry connect, that is a different level. So different angles, the CIA people are ready to provide. It is how we have to collaborate where the connectivity has to be done. So since previously logistics seminar we have asked for. So then later on, since the adjustment was made, we abruptly stopped it. So then when it is really required, they are ready to help us. It is how best we have to utilize
Very
it.
good resource people are available with them, ma'am.
Yes.
And others. CIA, and they will help us. Very good resource people are available with them.
Yes, they are ready to help us.
I have a different viewpoint. It is not that we approach them when we need. We will approach them and see what are the areas they are ready to give us, then we will take it. Because need may not arise for us at all. Because if we are thinking only when we get requests from faculty, we will approach them, then that will not happen. We will write to them based on our enlightenment today. Sir, we have these needs, internship needs, some members to be part of the board or some live projects. This kind of needs we have, sir. In what way you will be able to help us? So one good letter drafting to all these people. Then, if they respond based on that, we will be able to make use of it.
Sure, sir.
So that is what very good advantage we can take with this kind of the associations. So they have the greater connectivity. Next, coming to initiative related to industry, including the executive education. As Madam asked, Anita Madam, you asked education. That's what some of the organizations. LIBA is organizing AICT PGDM part-time program, executive diploma for the managers. So this is actually what happens, where this is an urge for the colleges to better connectivity, to get the industry projects and collaborative projects. So that's what wisely they are using. Because in evening programs, all the management and educatives, when they'll come, it's a greater reachability to the 120 organizations. If they are running the 2 programs in the evening, with the executive program. Similarly, you can see Osmania University also having a very good connectivity. Technology management. Evening they are running 6 o'clock to 10 o'clock program. Their professors will teach only case studies. All the executives from the different. I could able to see 2 IAS officers also. Recent batch. So all these batches, what happen, they are reaching, and it's a greater connectivity, government and private bodies. That's what where LIBA is doing kind of the executive program, and they are taking the advantage of it. And in fact, Gracie Madam also taught 1 or 2 sessions also to technology management.
That's a call for industrial relations and labor laws and business communications.
So, in this regard, I have a doubt. Is all these courses are approved by AICT, or what is the granting authority?
AICT.
Okay. So, we need to take permission from AICT and then?
Yeah, 1 year PG diploma programs, PGDM 1.5 year, like that programs. And in fact, instead of PG postgraduate diploma also, they are offering diploma certificates also.
Okay.
Whereas Shivashivani is offering 6 months diploma certificate.
But this kind of diploma certificate, whose authority will be?
AICT.
That is written in the handbook of AICT.
Short-term training programs.
So thoroughly look into it and
just work on that so that we can apply when next time when they give notification.
yes.
Diploma in artificial intelligence, something like that they are offering. So similarly, executive education, IFA are also using more number of the people for the industry collaborations also. That's why WISE is a program for the Wipro. A student who joined from the BSc, and first 3 years they need to complete the PG program in the computer science from the Pune University. So like that kind of industry collaborative programs also, so kind of the organizations also doing it. TCS also, collaborations with the other institutions. So such kind of things, IFA is also concentrating on that. IFA is actually authority body is Tripura University. IFA actually earlier what happened, they don't have any authoritative body like IIPM. IIPM also what happened, it was completely banned in India. Similarly, IFA was the second institute. After that, IFA found, did a research, and IFA approached the Tripura University. Now, IFA, all the degrees are approved by the Tripura, but recently, last 3 years back, AICT gave the permission for the IFA University to run own university.
In this regard, Vanima, you have connects with UCB and NSI. Do they allow us to have certificate course or diplomas for outside students to the institution?
I have discussed with NSIC father. First thing they are saying is we can go ahead with it, and NIMSME is not agreeing that until and unless they deliver themselves, they won't issue the certification.
Okay.
So NSIC is okay with it. And in yesterday's conversation with Bhavan's college, I have just marketed our course also, father. There's sales and marketing analytics. They said that if it is at a reasonable price, all the faculty members are ready to undergo the course in association with St. Joseph and NSIC certification.
That kind of associations I think will help us.
Yes, father.
Even we can say, okay, let them deliver, but let it go through our knowledge for other faculty or other students also.
They are reluctant. Outrightly, they are not agreed. Yes, coming to Jaipuria. Coming to the executive education, they have launched a school called Summer School in 2019. They have named it Boot Camp. Happiness and well-being is the slogan for that. And they have taken up this issue of executive education through the school, and they also have established industry-sponsored labs where practicalities are very much shown in such labs. Right? With these two, they are doing a great work, involving the industry professionals in the academics.
Somebody is voting now, either Mary or Fatima Madam. Yeah.
Narbadu Shastri, this is focusing mainly on management colleges, they are mainly focusing on this. This is where the college can show it out that they have done so and so program. At the same time, this is also a fund generation to the that particular institute. So we can go for this actually management development program. When we have a very good resource, right? We can organize this kind of programs to the organizations.
We can develop a banner for this also, a 2-page banner, and then we can also circulate to other colleges. So that whenever, is it only to the education institutions or also to
Industries.
For the industries,
Industries.
organizations, we do the organizations.
2 to 3 days program. Actually, IIM Kozhikode is generating high income through this MDPs only, not through
A
admissions.
lot of fundraising is there through this.
And when we talk about MDPs, because in NAC or MBA, NDP or SDP, when we have to when MBA is considering to give marks for that, we will say that number of days should be like
3 to 5 days.
Number of days. Yes.
5 days.
So 5 days.
Yes. One day and 2 days is not counted. We should have like 5 days program or continuously from 9 to 11.
Should be offering tea, lunch, snacks, certain program schedule should be there. 5 days, complete program should be there.
Actually, we can go for this MDP program. We can go for this.
We can start with some
Industry
small
sponsored
industries.
labs is what we are having IBM and then Amazon, FT, all those things we can reflect, no sir? Industry sponsored labs.
Industry sponsors.
They come under like IBM, Amazon, and then FT.
We can start with smaller one, then we can do. Any person, any kind of
Sponsored lab means last
That's
year
IBM is giving, no? We are having IBM lab.
there is a proposal from Amazon, madam. Father, myself, and Amazon people were there. They are actually, planning to establish the Amazon lab in the college. They want to supply their own systems.
Exactly.
Actually, because of the space constraints again, still they didn't come back to us.
Amazon.
Amazon want to run not through the laptops. For the first batch, they gave the laptop for the 62 members. After that, further last year we had discussed. So actually, what happened? They wanted to launch a monitor and including the CPU with the monitor integrated webcam and the voice mic also. Along with all, they want to launch the program. They are still working on it. So that kind of the program in entire lab, 60 systems are sponsored by the company. That will be the sponsored lab kind of thing. That is special.
IBM, what it is doing, it cannot be called.
It's not a IBM sponsored lab. It is our own infrastructure.
We have put that IBM.
Are you collaboration?
IBM collaborative lab. They are offering that is very commercial, not commercial. Sometimes what happens, some kind of the organizations as a part of the corporate social responsibility also, they come forward. So let us take very good example, Parimal Group, who is that person? Mario David sir. Mario David sir, they are doing in the Andhra Pradesh, some of the Srikakulam remote areas. The schools, government schools, they are adapting, they are installing and establishing, sponsoring some 10 systems. They are also going there and teaching certain kind of the communication classes also in the rural areas. So these kind of things comes under the sponsorships and all programs and all.
Actually, we have done this program in AV College where what we have done is we have tied up with some institutes and we have bought resource people also from outside and we were the mediators like resource people from outside and also the people from the industry. But a lot of fund generation was there for the college. We have already done this for the 1 week program, we have done this.
And also what we can do, industry sponsorship means we can apply some kind of the backward students also. We can ask them help also for the fee payment or the further scholarship kind of things. That is all sponsorship related to student activities also. Even faculty.
Joseph Iyer and everything, what they sponsor, they can't.
That is an event, very small, but it can be the
Students' activities that are,
specifically some
Objective is different.
different. Some education related activity. That is the fund related activity, brand establishment activity. Joseph Iyer, all these things. So that's not like that. Only social cause.
The organizations are sponsoring students.
Yes.
So that may consider industries. Yes. For few children, the under CSR activity they are sponsoring.
And for your information, some institutions also offering scholarship to the faculty to learn some new courses to come back and teach to the organization members also. Seriously, this is also happening. These kind of things are called sponsorship. Next point, this is what we need to do, focus on industry, executive education and kind of the sponsorship. but the social, corporate social responsibility, we can have the tie-up. So not completely depending on the industry, even we can have some kind of the 50% share from the college, 50% we can request from the non-industries also, kind of the sponsorships also we can develop. See, anyone, it is really painful if someone is offering 100% sponsorship to anyone. It's really painful to any organizations or individuals. In such cases, the college can take an initiative. They can offer the 50%. The other 50% we can seek from the industries. So that we can do that. Yes, sir.
So that option in campus.
Yes, sir.
They have the CSR Shiksha.com.
Yes.
So we can have tie-up with that, and like in the sponsorship, they will send the students to us. So we can show that we have a MOU with some may not be PNG.
Correct.
Okay. Through Shiksha.com or Shiksha of PNG, we are offering a course to a student, maybe some concession or something we are giving. Some part of fees payment is done by Procter & Gamble or something.
And we can also, sir, under JSR activity, we can adapt some orphanages and we can collaborate. We can write to some industries. So college and industry collaboration we can offer. So JSR also already established bodies there in the college, JSR, Joseph Social Responsibility. Under that we can also, like Shiksha only we can run.
Yes.
That is called social marketing concept also, societal marketing concept.
Which suppose Tech Mahindra does something, at a subsidized rate to our students. So can we take that?
I don't think so. That is not a sponsorship.
So
If Tech Mahindra has a CSR activity, they are offering certificate in Excel free of cost to the students. That is a sponsor. So now Microsoft is coming with artificial intelligence. They want to launch a series of classes. Already launched in NASCOM and Skill India. So they want to come up this activity through NASCOM. They are planning. So that's a sponsorship program. In order to create an awareness, that we can show it as a sponsorship program to the institutions for the institution development student.
If task does something like that, if task.
Task also can, if the task also come forward and can do, if task is everything is, though they are charging the minimum amount, but it is not a sponsorship program. If they are free of cost, they are offering something like that, it's
Like how AICT Atal programs and
Similar.
programs they are offering.
that's a sponsorship.
Sponsored, free sponsor, alanti.
See, very good example our AICT and ICSS. Because they'll offer some part of the amount. We'll call it as sponsorship. So our contribution also something, their contribution also. So next coming to involvement of the industry professionals. So we already using visiting faculties, even BELS, university also using, VIBA also using, academic bodies, academic council, and all these things people are using, visiting faculty, advisory body, all these areas we are also using here. So the involvement of the industry professionals, we are seriously we are progressing. Comparing to previous 5-6 years, from the last two years, you understand, 2-3 years, we are really progressing. We have better connectivity comparing to the previous years. I can say that comparing with the last 5-6 years, from the last 3 years, under the father's leadership, we are really focusing and concentrating, because father always motto is experiential learning. To bring the experiential learning, we need to have the more tie-up with the industries, whereas we are focusing from the day one, father when he took the charge of the MBA departments or BBA department, from the day one he was instructing us to have an industry connectivity. From that, we are progressing this, we are having the more involvement of the industry people.
It is the same thing. It's like the board of, governing body also has industry professionals in Jaipur. The academic councils also industry professionals are included. So the connectivity is being maintained.
This is already we are maintaining, but we can.
And we also have already done. So,
But what we can do, we can improvise our contacts. Like a very good example. Last year we used someone, but now you need to go for some of the big institutions, big organizations. So that's what we need. See, sometimes what happens, we repeatedly will use the same person for our academic body. We have to change for the new ideas, progress. So then only we can progress. We are using the same person, for 3 academic years. We cannot find any kind of the innovative ideas, newness. So St. Joseph is already good at building faculty, board of studies, advisory members, board of experts, board of mentors. We are slowly bringing that. Last year also, we industry people also involved in teaching for the MBA students also. We really progress in this area, but we can concentrate more
And generally what happened, we are asking, we are giving the broad area, we are asking them to present. Instead of that, a small narrow topic we can do. We can ask them to focus to lecture for the number of hours we can do. That is what the institutions and universities are focusing. That way we can concentrate. So next, coming to the other criteria, here we have 4 points. International connect. This is also very, very important. International connect also, which carries 40 marks, and we can able to do it. It's international connects also. I can see that physically I observed what kind of the standard this Dhaka International Universities are in. I have been to Dhaka International University last November. I was there. What kind of the faculty? What is the standard? Also, I observed there. What level they stand in the Dhaka. Except 2 or 3 people, all people cannot able to speak proper English also, proper sentences also. But they teach their regional language. You understand? That is what I can see. So kind of Bangkok, Malaysia, and Bhutan. These kind of these smaller countries we can focus, and initial days we can establish the kind of the connect, international connect, so that we are already progressing slowly, and MOUs and partnerships. That's what student and faculty, because here I'm sorry I'm unable to present the kind of the institutions they have the international connect and all, because the information is not available in the SSR, because the information they uploaded to the NBA committee directly in terms of annexures. So because of that, this data is not available. What kind of the institutions, international connects they have. So here we can have the partnerships and MOUs, student exchange programs, faculty exchange programs. Already ICFI is already doing. ICFI BBA integrated 5 years integrated program is there. So 1.5 years they will be studying in the Singapore. The other 4.5 years they will be studying in India, Hyderabad. Sorry, 3.5 years. 3.5 years in India, 1.5 year in Singapore. Kind of Singapore, what happened? They are completely practical exposure. Kind of the internship program, have the tie-up with the Singapore. That kind of things we can have the faculty exchange programs also. Suppose we are good at some area, and technically we can exchange also both areas. So that's what our faculties need to be focused on. The faculties need to enrich our profiles to concentrate on the modern topic related to our domain, so that we have the greater scope. Nowadays, no need to visit any country. So because of this pandemic, what happened? Everything is changed, and we are using the all online facility. That is the way we can do. And these things also we can present. But all these things, what happened? We can have the kind of the certifications and MOUs. So these things are very, very important.
We have integrated certificate.
Your
permission from AIC.
So such kind of
We had it in last year.
these things we can do, and also DIPA is also considering some of the countries. I can tell because the details are not available. All the universities and they have the partnership student exchange programs and faculty exchange programs also. ICFI also having the tie-up with the USA based and London based and Scotland and other universities also. Because the universities they didn't mention, because otherwise what happened, will become their competition. So that is what their USP. Because of that they are not revealing all the information. They are uploading the entire information in terms of the annexures to the NBA.
Jaipur also is lot of student exchange programs and faculty exchange programs is going for, and they have 2 student exchange programs which are undertaken. They are the certification programs.
They are the certification programs, and it was 2 weeks program which were given 3 credits. So students, they automatically get interested into joining such programs, and they have made mandatory also for such students for such exchange programs. And they also have undertaken another program called Semester Exchange Student Mobility Program. This is a 3 to 4 months course, and credits also are allotted to it. And students, from one country to the other, they have been visiting each other. So this is a kind of exchange that keeps on happening, and thereby they will have a greater international connect. And I think Lalman
This is also the same thing where they are having the same with the foreign countries. They have earlier, if you see, we used to have IIPM college. That yes, IIPM. Last 3 months and 4 months used to be in either Europe. Usually they have UK and Europe. They used to have tie-up with them. Students will be paying the fees and and other things, only the college is having the MOU with those people. Those faculty used to come here and teach, and these people used to go there. The senior people used to be sent to the UK and Europe. So this kind of small countries, we can have this kind of MOUs.
So last 15 years back only, IIPM used to charge 7 lakhs to 8 lakhs rupees for the IIPM. IIPM building was there opposite to Taj Hotel.
Yes.
So, yeah, sorry. So we need to also, we have the tie-up with the two institutions because we need to concentrate more exchange programs also, and also we need to plan more activities also in coming days. It's purely international. Why international means because nowadays many companies are doing the operations globally. Because of that, global culture, global languages, global working nature, and all these things are required to the students. So because of that, this kind of the point which is highlighted by the AICT, and they are also giving the because more number of the students workers, they need to have a global exposure. Because of that, so they are encouraging this kind of the international connect. And second one, student exchange programs also, in detail kind of the student exchange programs, internship programs, semester programs as Madam said, short-term training programs, diploma programs, certificate programs, project programs. So kind of this kind of the programs now are the exchange with the other institutions from the various organizations, various foreign universities. That's what we need to focus on this, which we don't have this. We need to focus on student exchange programs. At least what we can initiate some foreign companies nowadays, we can ask. Anyway, we have the Google Meet. At least we can initiate with some 10 students or the 5 students. The initial stage, we can start. At least this, we have to plan with an action. So faculty exchange programs also similar to student exchange programs also, faculty exchange programs also. As I told you, because as per our standards, maybe we may not reach to the premium institutions. At least we can reach to some of the small countries also, where we can do justice and we can get some good recognition. Okay. Short-term training programs, faculty exchange programs, these things we can do. For this, actually, I recommend all the faculty need to update in the domain areas what are the happenings are happening, recent happenings. So as I told you, analytics, blockchain, example, enriching the profiles are very much required because after 2020-21, there's actually what happened, there is no surprise that the AICT asked us to revise the syllabus within analytics. There is a really, this article I read, because of that, already machine learning, all this launched in the management education also.
This faculty exchange program, is it abroad only or within the country?
Abroad. This is international.
International.
So that's what we need to concentrate on. Faculty exchange program. We can also concentrate on state universities, private universities, central universities, foreign universities, in all these areas we can concentrate. So that this is the way we how to establish the brand. Our competitor only promote our brand. But because of that, that's what I read one of the article also. Always you need to have the not competition. Tie up with our competitors, so that it will be very easy to reach their competitors and our competitors also. That is one of the clever idea. So suppose our competitor is there who is giving the very good, you understand, tough competition. We have to tie up with it. So win and win.
Like how Narayana and Chaitanya
Absolutely, they collaborated for one of the premium program. Yeah. So similarly, we have to do that model also. In fact, in marketing also, most of the companies, there is a company, interestingly, Lotus Herbal and Soul Tree. Two companies there. Soul Tree is number 1 company, herbal product, and this Lotus Herbal also number 1. Lotus want to become the number 1 entire universe, herbal products. So they tie up with the Soul Tree is a company. That's a greater concept. I like that concept. Similar way, we can also do kind of the collaborative. This is very, very important also. Collaborative research projects also. Some of the foreign university want to do research in India, so we can have the collaborative. It's not only outside. We can also do India also. If one of the foreign author want to do the research in India, some of the area, we can have the collaboration. But that actually what happens, we should have the very good connectivity with the foreign university. that is only the mantra. When we have to establish the connections, so then only we can do all these things. So that's what. Now, anything else?
Yeah, therefore, and the Institution of Management also, Institute of Management also, it has done its summer project with the
Government of Bhutan. And they have presented the report after completing this project. They have presented the report to the government of Bhutan. Thereby, they have made this collaborative research very strong, right? They have related with the government. Definitely, the government will come forward to promote such activities.
And here I am presenting.
They have also done research work. These are 3 areas. And you can see here New Delhi projects, not only international, they are also talking about taking the funding from the government, where we were talking about public sector and private sector. We can even do the projects from the public, like AICT research projects have come, right? Yes, AICT research project. We can get the funding from them. And mostly they are related on social programs.
Already here I have one possibility for our institution. There is a company called Bamboo House, Lingam. So this person is constructing all the bamboo houses in Thailand and the other areas. I didn't remember this. Indonesia, it seems, because of lot of Prashant Lingam. Yeah. So he stays in Uppal only, but he's having international connectivity. With that person, collaborative research also, collaborative project also, we can participate. Yes. So that's what Infant universities also we can start. Now Anurag University newly established. CMR University also newly established. Because they have the university title, so because they'll get the easy funds. Because of that, with that institution also, we can establish the relationship, we can have the collaborative projects also we can do with the institutions. Yeah. Thank you very much.
lot of work is to be done actually. This presentation is only what has happened in other institutions, but we have to start from the that we need to go and
We need to see and then do some action plan. How to engage, how to start and from where to start. That work has to be done. Any doubts? Any doubts?
Any suggestions also? Yeah, please. First page. This one, right?
Here I see that from 7.112 to 7.1.5 up till there we are only trying to have some collaboration with the industry. Right? The last point is the involvement of the executive, the last point in the slide I saw, we are encouraging student exchanges, faculty exchanges with academic institutions only, that too outside the country. International. What about the local? Because there are a number of people who are interested. Personally, I know that they want to go for even other states also. They want to send their students to here and some of their students. Is it there somewhere?
It is not there.
It's not there.
As per the criteria, it is not
No,
there. We can
that's
have
what-
it personally, we can have
That's
it.
what I'm asking, because
We can
maybe
have it.
there is some. There is someone.
Maybe in some other criteria.
Okay.
Here it is only focusing on international connects, where we exchange with the students and faculty and the program.
But locally it is easy for to bring
We
students
can
for
go
and
and
some
search, we can go for that.
and then also. I mean faculty experience also. It's not their local. Isn't it?
Good afternoon, Father. Good afternoon, my dear faculty members. The most important and connected everywhere is criteria 10, so which relates to continuous improvements. Right? So we are doing many activities in our academics with respect to students, with respect to faculty, industry interaction, and all those things. But NBA is really interested in knowing how good you are in progressing with all these things. So our work of improvement will be shown in this criteria 10. Maybe it is related to academia, maybe it is related to industry interaction, or it will be related to any other participations of the student will be reflected in this continuous improvement. Right? So it has been divided into 2 categories. Kavema?
Good afternoon, Father. Good afternoon, my dear colleagues. So in this criteria, the entire weightage is 50 points. It's the least, but then the most important. Whatever work is happening throughout in other criteria will be reflected under this. May it be curriculum, teaching, or infrastructure, or research activities, or higher education, or placements. How are you improving yourself compared to your base year or compared to your previous year will be reflected under this. So the entire criteria 50 points will be divided into 4 sub-points. First and the second will be concentrating on quality, and the third and the fourth will be concentrating on placements, entrepreneurship, and higher education. Right? With this said, let's just see 10.1. So this is in regards with your program outcomes. So already in criteria 3, there's a lot of work which will undergo in relation to COPO mapping. So now in this 10.1, which carries 20 points, under this, how well the institution is designing its curriculum according to the PO attainment is what we are going to see. Now say for example, this year we had a collaboration with Wiley or Tech Mahindra. How well you have designed that particular subject in relation to your program outcome. We had Industry Academia meet. There were certain suggestions, inputs given by those people. Right? We have incorporated. But then we didn't have a particular procedure. There is a process which is defined under 10.1 which tells that first you analyze your program outcomes. Previous year program outcomes, whatever is there, you map it, you calculate, check the attainment. Now say for example, out of 5 you are getting only 3 points. Those 2 points you have to identify. Where is the weakness? So when you identify the weakness, you will know which PO attainment is low. Now say for example, there is a PO called ethics. It is the least correlated PO. In terms of ethics, what subject according to industry you can incorporate is what we have to see. So first mapping, then attainment, then identify your gaps. To fill that gap, what subjects can be involved. And it is not just subject, it can be in the form of 3. One is curriculum intervention, second is teaching pedagogy, and the third one is support system. So here when I talk about curriculum, it is all syllabus, curriculum framing. Next is teaching pedagogy, your ICT tools, what platforms are you using, what kind of interactive tools you are using to interact with students. And the third is support system in the form of learning management system, in the form of your infrastructure, microphones, your halls, your boards, smart boards, and all that will be reflected. So we have taken into consideration Presidency, Legon, and ICFI. With all these 3 we have compared St. Joseph's, and we have also given the USPs that we have and what they are having. First is, let us look into what they have presented in the SSR. So in Presidency College, they have mentioned PO-wise improvement. Like for every PO, PO1, what is the improvement made in the year 2015, and then 16, 17 like that. Year-wise, subject-wise improvement was shown, and next they concentrated much on simulation-based exercises. Especially for subjects like finance, marketing, they were going ahead with simulation-based exercises to ensure that their PO attainment is high. And apart from that, group projects was given a lot of importance. And they also have a very strong feedback mechanism from students as well as from the perspective of faculty. And the Alumni Association, that is the alma mater, in the form of guest lectures, seminars, workshops, every now and then when there is a need, alumni were used, and the same was also mapped to PO under indirect assessment. And ICFI, they focused on 100% case method, they improved it, and and they ensure that every subject is having case methodology like how we are having. And then soft skills training. Under soft skills training, they have a separate paper and credits were allocated. There was a collaboration with some other university, and they have incorporated a subject in their curriculum in terms of soft skills training. And next is they were organizing industry guest lectures. They were inviting the stalwarts of the industry, and then learning through surroundings, like how we at St. Joseph's believe about outbound learning and experiential learning. Likewise, they also were framing certain activities, keeping in view the students' point of view. Next, under LIPA, they also showed the subject-wise evaluation of POs, and they were organizing workshops to fill the gap of PO attainment. And apart from the workshops, they had international visiting lectures. Like they were faculty who were visiting their campus, so that whatever topic has to be dealt by the industry people from international connect they were getting. So next. Now let us just see the USP analysis of this. So as I said, it is divided into 3 curriculum interventions. Presidency College didn't give us any annexes related to curriculum interventions. ICFI also they didn't specify it. But then LIPA, they have a committee called Curriculum Restructuring Committee. So before they go ahead with Board of Studies meeting yearly, they have a Curriculum Restructuring Committee where IQAC is also a part of it. Irrespective of IQAC, they have members from industry. So we can also look from the perspective whether we can incorporate Curriculum Restructuring Committee. And then they were developing modules of every subject. In spite of calling it as units, every subject was divided as modules, 5 modules in each subject. So they were according to the industry needs. And the next one is continuous improvement through PO alignment. So like I already mentioned, PO alignment is most important. So according to the industry needs, they were calculating even this PO alignment. Whereas at St. Joseph's, we have Industry Academia meet, and we also have curriculum restricting according to the industry needs. We are doing it, and industrial visits we have, and we also have extracurricular activities like certificate courses. We also have task and all that with the perspective of industry only, and then guest lectures, SDPs and LDPs we have. But the only thing that is missing is we are not coming from the perspective of program outcome. We are just concentrating on the industry needs and we are fulfilling it. But whether is it meeting our program outcome or not, we were not checking. So, yeah. Next is in the terms of pedagogical activities. The first college, they concentrated completely on case-based teaching, and their question paper in terms of external as well as internal also was completely case-based. It was only practical and situational analysis oriented in spite of theory oriented. Next is simulation and leadership based games also were incorporated. The next college, they have a very interesting model called DMMD. The teaching pedagogy model is called DMMD. The first is didactic. It's like directly you're going into the class and teaching the students. The next is modeling. You present them. You get models into the class, or they are taken into the industry, into the companies, and then they learn the concept. Next is managerial. Like you give them a situation, either in the form of role play or either in the form of any case study. You ask the students to present it in the class. That is the third one. The fourth one is dialogic. It is Socratic kind of teaching. Like you provoke the students. You give them a concept, you provoke them, and they come up with a solution to that particular problem. And generally, this particular college also has mentioned that if there is any problem in the college, it is given as a case to the students. And these students, under the dialogic, they provoke, the faculty provoke the students to come up with models, to come up with solutions, and they present it in the form of solution to the college. And as usual, case method, soft skills, and informal method of learning by doing. It is nothing but outbound teaching, where they were sent to the society, they were into the community at large, and they see the problem and then they get back to the classroom. The next is specific guest lectures on sustainability. The ICFI, as it is university, and they also have collaboration with companies, industries. Every industry, every company is looking for sustainability, right? So in order to ensure that
the students also understand the importance of it. In order to meet some gap, what was found in their PO, they organized sustainability related guest lectures. There was a specific PO called sustainability for them. And next they had international faculty teaching, I already mentioned. Visiting lectures were there, management simulation and interactive modules they designed. Whereas for us at St. Joseph's, we have 20% industry expert teaching, which was incorporated from last year. And then we also have activity-based learning. The faculty are doing activity-based learning. Case-based learning is there. Simulations also we have like NSC and for investment management subjects we have. And then online teaching, we are into online teaching now because I've seen Martinaham organizing webinars from other countries also. And then pedagogical tools also we are using. Experiential learning also we have. But the only thing is we have to ensure that it is properly documented. We are taking them to industries and fine, but then every student has to submit a report in return. It should be documented. Even in terms of pedagogical tool, if a faculty is using some tool, like say for example, like Mentimeter or Hot Potatoes, it's important for them to get it documented. Take a print of that screenshot at least and document it. And coming to support systems, the first one that is presidency didn't mention, LIBA also didn't mention, but whereas under ICFI, they have a separate online management system, that is nothing but LMS. We here are using Google Classroom, but instead they designed their own online management system for ICFI University. And they also had experiential immersive learning systems. So whatever they are going to do in the class is all focused on experiential learning only. Without that, the students are not given direct teaching in the classroom using chalk and talk. Instead, it is all focused on experiential learning. And coming to us, we have certificate courses which can be shown as support system because we are trying to incorporate knowledge to students. Apart from what teacher is teaching in the class, they can also pursue certificate course. And we have MOOCs from NPTEL. We can also concentrate on more collaborations in terms of MOOCs. And then bridge courses we have for non-commerce students of MBA. And then software usage, we are using certain softwares, like in the lab we have SPSS software which we use, and for Python programming, for Watson, Big Data Watson and all, our students who are undergoing those subjects, we are using it. But as far as MBA is concerned, I am not sure whether we are using apart from SPSS. And then ICT tools also we have as support system. Learning management system, we are only using Google Classroom. But every Google Classroom, as soon as you create the classroom, the students are assigned certain work, it's better to take a screenshot of it and keep it ready with you. That's the only documented proof if you have an LMS. Otherwise, if we have our own LMS design, that data will be there with us throughout. So even if the MBA committee asks, we can just log in and show it. But whereas under Google Classroom, as it is G Suite, the renewal time is not sure. So it is always suggestible to take screenshots if you are using, or if you are communicating anything, any kind of announcement that you are making through Google Classroom, a screenshot of it will help us. That's it. Next, one more thing I forgot. ICFI, they have international research. So the international people, like for International Connection University, I was just telling that people come and then they do research in their own campus. So that also can be shown under support system, like how ICFI showed it. So the annexures that are required only for 10.1 is the PO evaluation sheet, that is nothing but COPO mapping. Subject-wise PO mapping sheets every year by the faculty should be provided as an annexure. And then PO attainment calculation. PO attainment calculation, direct assessment and indirect assessment both should be presented. Indirect from the point of view of parents, industry, alumni, and the other experts, and if you can connect to industry experts, that would be great. And details of pedagogical tools, whatever you are using in your classroom, we generally write it in our academic record. Instead of academic record, if there is any way where we can deposit, I think it would be great because we use so many tools but then we don't record it. And then evaluation schemes, it's called C&R. So evaluation schemes, much of focus should be given on components frame. How are you evaluating your student for a particular assignment? And R stands for rubrics. So you have to define your components, that is C, and you also have to design your rubric. and that rubric is a proof as to how you are evaluating your student. Generally, I was seeing ICFI. ICFI has a rubric for every question. It's not just for an activity, or it's not just for a guest lecture or a seminar or a presentation by the student, but they were having rubric for case study, rubric for each and every question that they ask, either in the form of internal or external. And next is course handouts. Course handouts, interestingly, ICFI was giving it weekly. Week-wise course handout would be given to the students so that they know very well what is happening in the class on so and so day. Some other colleges were giving it monthly. Some other colleges were giving it unit or module wise. You can give the course handout. We also generally prepare it. I mean, I don't know whether every one of us will share it with the students. We have TLP, teaching and learning plan we have. And then details of ICT and online tools also should be provided. I already told you it's better to take screenshots of a print or a print of it. These all will go under your subject file. So every subject faculty should have a subject file, and in that subject file we will give the details of pedagogy, ICT tools, your course handouts, your components and rubrics, and your attainment also.
So adding on to Kavya ma'am, so giving course handout to the student is mandatory nowadays for when we are going for MBA, because even MBA people are interacting with the students and they are asking, do you know your course objectives? Did your faculty have discussed your course outcomes with you? Right? How many units are there? How many lecture periods have been scheduled? So whether the information is being communicated to you or not. So it is not that whether we can give it or no, we have to give it. So course handout has to be prepared by the faculty member on hand before the starting of the semester itself. Right? Whenever the subject has been given to you, you have to prepare a course handout stating what will be your lecture plan and what are the tools you are going to use it, and to discuss one particular topic, which method you are following. Right? Also, all this information should be mentioned in your course handout, and that should be given to the student in advance before the starting of your class or subject itself. Right? So, whenever you have a chance, please prepare course handouts for your individual subjects and try to distribute it to the students before the starting of the class or before the starting of the semester itself.
Adding a point to Kalyan sir, I know it's not easy for us to design way back, like before 6 months itself I have to design the entire course. Sometimes we might not meet the respective objective. All of a sudden there might be some idea coming up, like I can use this method or some other activity, you can frame it. So you can have a remarks column. In that remarks column, if there is any change in your teaching methodology for that particular topic, you can mention. And one more point that you can record it under remarks column is, at times faculty has to reschedule their class. But in the course handout, it is already mentioned so and so day, so and so hour, and the same is reflected in criteria 3 if I am not wrong. Timetable we have to provide it to MBA committee. So that and this should match. So it's always better if you are rescheduling your class, the time and the date also should be reflected on your teaching learning plan or course handout in the remarks column. Anything else? Right. The second is 10.2. This is an area which we didn't venture completely at St. Joseph's. This is about academic audit and IQAC. What actions academic audit is taking in the campus and what are their functions, how the quality check is happening in the college semester-wise or annually or on the basis of annual. So this also carries 10 marks. So Presidency College, they have academic audit as well as IQAC. For MBA, they have academic audit as well as IQAC. And under IQAC, they were members, that is director, dean academics, and all faculty members indirectly were members. Apart from that, industry professionals were a part of it. And then periodic meetings, they mentioned that per semester, twice the academic audit will meet. And they'll just check whether everything is going in line what was planned in the starting of the semester or not. Next is quality policy. They have mentioned their quality policy and the functions of IQAC they have given. Functions of IQAC is nothing but the policies that they frame for their college, for that particular committee was mentioned. And they focused on holistic development of students. That was one of the major objective of them. And they had GB meeting, that the GB meet, they meet in order to resolve the strategic efforts of the institution. Any kind of planning is there. Yearly once they had that, and then strong feedback mechanism is there, and expert committee for both academic as well as administrative activities. They had an expert committee, and under this expert committee, the faculty members were not a part of it. The outsiders were a part of it under expert committee, so that they will give their suggestions. So anything that you would like to add? Under ICFI, no details related to academic audit were given, so we can assume that there might not be an academic audit for it, but then they had provided in the form of annexures how the changes were taking place in terms of audit related to course handout, and they mentioned one interesting factor, that is classroom observations. Like say for example, Kavya has joined for MBA first year. In this particular year, there is a class observation sheet maintained for each student for Kavya from day 1 till the end of the MBA second year. What was the graph? Was it declining or was it increasing? Like in terms of learning, in terms of extracurricular activities, what kind of active participation was there in the class, outside the class, in terms of discipline, in terms of faculty interactions, in terms of parent-teachers meeting. Every single point, the single move of a student was recorded under a sheet called classroom observations. Almost 5 to 6 annexures were given under a classroom observation, and it was clearly mentioned how was it. Was it very poor first, and then slowly how did they increase it to excellent was shown. Yes, sir.
Classroom observation we can do our mentor in the report, right?
Yes. That was actually given by mentor only, sir. Each mentor of that particular student only will look for the graph over there.
Sir, to add to you, so in universities, generally there will be research scholars who will be working under professors. So what the professor will do is, professor will enter into the class along with a research scholar, and research scholar will be maintaining a book of the record which carries the student details. So whenever the student is interacting, so they will record, so for how many questions, how many students has interacted, and they will be making a note of it. Right, so they will see the graph of the student, so how is the response of the students in the class from the date of his joining to the end of the program, complete 2 years of the program. So this is how they are maintaining the records, and that is why ICFI is able to show that student graphs, being a university is having that facility to have research scholars with them.
And next is student feedback.
ISB also it is there. We call it as ISB professional, international professors will be there. They will come and teach the case study. There is other faculty members, the doctorate will be only observing. He is called as a course coordinator.
Yes, sir.
His role is he will sit along with the professor. He will observe each and every course.
Actually, for every course there will be two people, sir. One is the course coordinator, the person who is giving the lecture. The second one is course co-coordinator. So in universities they will call him as physical assistant, but in autonomous or other colleges they will call it as course co-coordinator. And it is mandatory for both of them to go to the class.
Correct.
It is mandatory for them.
Yeah. Next is student feedback analysis. ICFI has also presented the annexure, and the annexure, if you see, huge number of questions in feedback analysis. The questions are not directly given to us because obviously it is their USB. But then they were mentioning it right from the watchman till the washrooms, the infrastructure, whatever is involved in their course of learning for those particular years. Every semester-wise feedback was also taken, and student exit analysis was also done under feedback analysis. They have a very excellent and strong feedback mechanism, and they gain a lot of points under student feedback analysis. And next is faculty feedback analysis. Separate faculty feedback analysis, semester twice it was taken under ICFI. And review meetings, they also had review meetings whether the course handouts were supplied to the students, how the teaching is going on in the class, and is it in par with the hours that are allocated or not. Everything was reviewed under review meetings. Under LIBA, they have two cells, that is internal audit cell, and the internal audit cell would concentrate on credits and duration. The course structure, whatever we frame, the internal audit will give the suggestions and will also concentrate on the review related to credits and duration under curriculum intervention. And they also have course curriculum, wherein likewise, like how we have core courses, discipline specific electives, We have skill enhancement courses. Likewise, they also mentioned core courses, specialization and elective courses. And what are the new courses introduced in previous 3 years were presented. And external audit they have. Whatever they did under internal audit guidance will be reviewed by an external person. So in spite of having IQAC, they called it as external audit. And external audit yearly twice they had. That is, after each semester they had external audit. The USP analysis, if you see here, Presidency College, they had academic audit council. ICFI, no separate body, but then they prescribed it in their procedure that audit is happening. They didn't mention that they have a separate body. And LIBA, yes, they have 2 committees, that is internal audit as well as external audit. And SJC, that is our college, we are not sure. Maybe we are doing the review and all, but then we don't have a separate name for a committee. And then IQAC also, Presidency College had it. ICFI doesn't have, LIBA also doesn't have, and SJC also, we also don't have. We have it in main campus, but we have to just think on the line whether that is sufficient for MBA or not, IQAC. And then consultancy work, Presidency they had, ICFI, LIBA also they have, and we also have it. Research initiatives, research cell, in order to reach the curriculum intervention, we also have it. And the annexures that are required, how is your committee formed? Is it academic audit committee or IQAC? How is it formed? What are the policies framed? What is the objective? Your entire SOP should be presented as an annexure, and your functions of academic audit committee or IQAC or both can be presented, and your minutes of the meetings, that books whatever we write during the meetings, duly signed by the concerned authority who was present on that particular day should be presented as an annexure. And resolutions passed, like we have it under Board of Studies meeting, resolutions whatever are passed, we get it signed by the university. That can be as an annexure, and actions taken year-wise. So year-wise, if you can give them in the form of a tabular format, like what are the changes made according to your PO can be presented, and then your approvals. If you are getting into collaboration and designing a subject, is it approved by Wiley or Tech Mahindra? Those approval letters also will act as a proof. And then your feedback from the students. These are the annexures required for 10.2. 10.3 and 10.4 will be taken by, gap analysis also we did. So we, as I already mentioned, we are setting the curriculum according to the industry needs, but not according to the PO. So from now we have to ensure that PO attainment is calculated first. If there is a gap, then we have to introduce a new subject in the coming POS. And the next one is we have to set up an academic audit cell or committee and IQAC also. And the continuous evaluation in terms of outbound teaching. How many of our students are really going outside in terms of summer internships or in terms of any industrial activity? What are they learning out of it also should be calculated. And then group projects. In our campus, we are concentrating on individual projects. But then group projects, I don't know how far it is impacting the marks. But then almost all the colleges are concentrating on group projects in spite of individual. And the next is we have to improve the quality, because in terms of support systems also, we should show them that we are using certain softwares. So one suggestion is to have plagiarism tools. Already we have. We said that we will be implementing it from this year. So likewise Grammarly or any other softwares, if we can install and we can use it for our teaching as well as for our learning sake, it would be good.
One question I have, Kanya.
Yes.
We were talking about the teaching methodologies of ICFI.
Yes.
So the teaching methodology is on case.
Yes.
Then we were talking about the rubric method.
Yes.
Then you said they will be applying the rubric method for every question. So is it applied to the case or the question? Is anything mentioned in the annexure? Because for the case we have few questions like 4 or 5. So how they are designing the rubric method?
Methodology based on type of tasting case methodology
Yes.
in the rubrics.
Now here it is like, say for example, if we take our paper, first section is all completely questions. For that question also you can frame a rubric, and second section is all case studies. Case study also will have questions. For that also you can create a rubric. But the only difference is the components will differ.
Is anything mentioned in the ICFI like annexures or anything like how they are doing this?
No.
Nothing is mentioned.
No. Rubrics generally will differ from subject to subject, faculty to faculty now.
So adding on to Kavya ma'am. So generally whenever we are discussing case study, there are 2 approaches ma'am. One is question and answer approach. Second one is response approach. So in most of the cases, whatever we are giving to the students, we are going with question and answer approach. But when it comes to equine, they are giving the situation and they are asking the student to come out with the solutions. And whenever they are coming out with the solutions, they are framing few parameters, like say for example whether they are considering the financial aspects of the case or not, whether they are considering the HR aspects of the case or not, right? So what kind of tools they are applying for the case. So they have framed separate rubrics. Yes, the parameters itself are rubrics for them.
To add on to the point of Kalyan sir, as he said that we are going to create a rubric for case study. Actually, it's a tough challenge for the faculty to frame rubric for case study. When we are framing the rubric for case study, we need not concentrate on the answer because there is no right answer for any case. So it's only on the basis of skills you create your rubric. So your skills, your attitudes, what you are testing from the student, from what perspective will be your component. I think I have answered it.
Nothing was mentioned. I just
No.
No. So for the case studies, there will be no rubrics which has been solidly mentioned. So it depends on the case and the faculty who is dealing with the case and what is the output that is being expected from the student.
Rubrics need not be mentioned by outsiders. We can form our own rubrics and follow them meticulously so that there is uniformity in teaching.
Yes, sir.
Regarding the audit, you said internal audit and external audit. Did they mention like members
Internal audit only internal faculty, principal, director or chairperson, but whereas external, no one from the institution. It is purely outsiders. Either it can be from the parent university or it can be from industry. That's the only difference that they have mentioned. And in continuation with the gap analysis, we also have to give course handouts to the students, and we should have mentor-mentee sessions, and the maximum ratio was 1:12 that was provided. And every mentor-mentee session, irrespective whether it is on virtual platform or offline, it should be recorded. That's the proof. Generally, I have seen a few colleges like Shiv Shivani and ICFI, they do it on online platform, and the session is recorded. What is the conversation that is happening between the mentor and mentee, and what kind of observations are mentioned on the class observation sheet is important. And next is improving or designing the differentiated instruction scheme. This is very, very important. Like there are slow learners, medium learners and fast learners. And there are also kinesthetic, audio and visual learners. How are you meeting their needs? Is there any specific thing as a faculty that you are doing to reach out to the slow learners? Is what you have to mention it under curriculum interventions. There was one college who said like they were providing YouTube videos, the online references for them, and during the mentor-mentee session, if they have any doubts, they can interact with the mentor. And the mentor will come back and tell to the subject faculty if there is any discrepancy in regards with that subject learning. And next is having student-wise observation sheets, I just mentioned. And then student feedback mechanism from all perspectives we have to build. And we generally take the student feedback at the end when they come for the alumni meet, or sorry, not alumni meet. Graduation day is what we celebrate. When they come for the ropes and all, we collect it. But then here semester-wise feedback from all perspectives was collected. And it's not just collecting. What did you do to that particular problem? If there was anything arise, if the percentage of one perspective is less, what did you do? You have to show. And summer internships, we can concentrate more on summer internships. And then tutorial or evening classes for slow learners was mentioned, and we are not doing it. We don't have slow learners sessions for like in terms of evening classes or tutorial classes. We have bridge courses and remedial classes, but then that also should be properly documented. And committees involved, as I already mentioned, from criteria 1 till 10, we all have to come together. Whatever change that you are showing in your respective criteria should be reflected here, in terms of curriculum, in terms of pedagogy and support systems. Next.
No, maybe continue to watch.
Anything else from your side?
So any point should be discussed or any suggestions where we can reflect our improvements at the college level or academic level.
Combination of all criteria.
Yes, sir. So criteria 10 is a combination of all criteria. So whatever the annexes you are uploading in your criteria will be linked with criteria 10.
Good presentation from Srinivas sir. Nice. And then criteria 10th also is good. I have one or two points only. I think all of you must understand the seriousness of your role in the institution. When you look into all these things, each one is clearly given with a task. It's not that you are coming, sitting with others, chatting and then leaving the college. No. You are given a lot of tasks now. Friday we will have the feedback of all the committees. Friday, unified, I don't mind if you cancel one or two classes, because if the syllabus is done, they will be going for examinations. How many of you are yet to complete your syllabus? Maybe by Friday, how many of you will complete? All. After Friday, anybody will be left with some syllabus? So then, Friday we will have all the criteria in charges to speak about their committees, their suggestions, their gaps. Once again, recap so that all faculty members, a copy can be given to all also, so that it is not one person, one who is working in the team that has to work. It is all. So we will have a lengthy discussion, maybe about 2 hours, 2.5 hours in the afternoon session. So have a good lunch so that you may not sleep. Have meager lunch so that you will be active. Even if you don't eat, you will sleep. Even if you overeat, you will sleep. So both ways you take care, because that's going to be a very serious session. And the last 2 years data we need to have, because from Monday onwards, next Monday onwards, we are into the business of collecting data. So the committee members will sit every day from 2 to 4, and criteria wise they have to come and give the data. So data collection process will begin from next week onwards. So before that, let us be very clear with each criteria. So all that you have presented, you have identified gaps, committees, what we have, what we have, you can only suggest how better we can do it. What we don't have, you have to suggest in clarity. And in totality, according to your criteria, what are the things that you need to have, even from other members. You have to mention it clearly, because when I say criteria 1, you are not working just criteria 1. You have to work with others and then get the data to be done. So like that, all members have to cooperate with all the 10 criteria members. So then I shouldn't receive complaints that they are delaying my work, they are delaying his work or her work. This kind of things will definitely put you into trouble. I am not going to change my mood henceforth. I am because I am also working on my mental attitude. I'm not going to be bothered about complaints or communications. I am going to be a little strict with this regard. So any complaint that only shows you are not able to achieve it as a leader. If you are coming and tell me that so and so is not giving notes or lecture, that means you are a failure for me, because you are not able to get it done either by hook or crook, by good means or by foul means, by begging or by requesting or by ordering. It's up to you, because I am not going to enter into that field at all. End of the day, daily they will come, 3-4 people I appoint. They will come and tell me who has submitted, who has not submitted. Who has not submitted, next day they have to give an explanation letter that will go to your file. Am I clear? Yeah. So Friday we will have little lengthy meeting. We will have lunch. 1 o'clock is the lunch time. From 1:30 till 4. I will not extend after 4. Depending on this rain situation also is little bothersome. So today I also wanted to continue, but keeping weather in mind, I don't want to travel, because most of you have to travel by 2-wheelers. Nobody is coming by 4-wheeler. Even if you have to get trains and other things, that will be little difficult. So please keep it in mind. You are all into serious work of NBA, okay? And NBA has got a lot of advantages. You will have a lot of funds, you will have a lot of projects. And with the new education policy, either you have to remain one certificate giving institution or one research institution, or you have to become a university type. So these are the 3 options that are meant for you. We are not in the middle right now. We are in the first stage only, certificate giving institution. Unless we grow, unless we get NBA accreditation and some research faculties getting projects, all these things if we are done only, then we will come to second grade of institutions. Only then your salary structure will be protected, college fee structure also will be protected. Otherwise, all of us will be little trouble. So be sure to extend your time from 4:15 onwards also. You have got enough of holidays during lockdown period. Okay, be ready to spare some time extra without complaining. Even if you complain, it's okay for me. The work has to come back to me end of the day. Don't be in a hurry pushing down unless you have emergency work. Whenever there is work, be prepared to spare some time. 4 o'clock is not deadline, because in between you are also wasting time. I am not calculating that wasted time either through your lunch or breakfast or sometimes tea, snacks, all these things I am not calculating. So strictly if you are speaking, you are bound to spend some more time in the institution. Please do so. And presentations are well done. No fibbing about presentations. All of you have done great work going through the 4 reports or 5 reports. It is fantastically done. But now our true work begins. Like when we go for retreat, they generally say your retreat begins from now. Retreat is where we gather in a closed room and then reflect for 5 days, prayer and then other things. That's called retreat. But they say real retreat begins once you go out. So now real work begins once we finish all these presentations. So faculty members, be prepared to spare some energy of yours for the institution, because next year by this time we will be applying for the MBA accreditation. Most probably before December we will apply, because when the students are there only they will come and do the inspection and other formalities. So we are hardly left with 1 year, strong 1 year, and backwards we have to work 2 years, and this academic year, next academic year. So it is almost 4 years. 3 batches means 4 years. Last 3 years. Last 2 years, present year, and then next academic year. 3 batches they say. It is. I was misunderstood like 3 years. It is not 3 years. It is 3 batches. I am corrected. So let us get into the work seriously. Okay. That starting from COPO attainment, everything has to be now. All of you put onto paper what works have to be done in a sequential manner, so that I will have a clarity to monitor the things. Okay, this is work. Work is not new to you. I know all of you are capable of working. Only thing is, we need to spare some time now. Okay, some small works you delegate it to now typing one person is there. That kind of things. Please spare some time. Okay, you're all capable of working. I have zero doubt about your capacity of your work. I am very much convinced that all of you, if you spare little time, that is why I am going to make it maybe 2 to 4 every day NBA work. If there is no NBA work, or if there are any other serious works, okay, with an exception. All right. But class preparation and all those things, without saying, it has to go. Maybe some of you have to work at home also, because I get to know 1 or 2 people are saying at home no work. So please get from that kind of thinking, because I am told by HOD when one faculty is consulted, no work at home. Then why talking in the staff room? Let me ask a reasonable point. 8:30 is your time. I am permitting you from 9 o'clock. Let us calculate all these half an hours. That time will be more than enough for me. So be gracious. When we are gracious, you also be gracious enough to understand the college purpose. We are not asking you to do our personal work. College work, and the benefit you will reap it. You will see the benefit during the course of years. You will not leave the institution without seeing the benefit. We may stay or we may not stay here, but all the faculty as group, you will continue to stay here. You will reap those benefits. That is why please take the work seriously now, because we have been spending a lot of time on MBA, thinking and then all those things. So many new initiatives have been taken now. When I see the action plan of Srinivas sir and Kalyan sir and all other groups also, by Friday you will come out with your action plan, okay, based on your gap analysis. Once we look at it, then we will understand the magnanimity of work. All those committees to be formed like IPAC, academic audit, AAC, this kind of committees we need to work out. So please suggest me, and by end of this month we will be ready with all the things, so that we print all calendar handbooks and then service books, service rules book, everything should be ready by end of this month. So take care. These 3 days, rains are projected. Meteorological department is saying that there are heavy rains. Some up and down problem, 5-10 minutes, you don't have to ping me up and then disturb me. It's okay if it is 5 to 10 minutes. More than 10 minutes, take my permission. Okay? Thank you.